Hello everyone, our lesson today is on prepositions in grammar, and this is part 15. The question for this lesson is, how do we use the following prepositions of time? Since, for, during, ago, after, and before. We use since to show the beginning of time, but we use for to show the whole period of time. For example, I have lived in Italy since 2018. So this means the beginning of the time is 2018. So since, we use it to show the beginning of time. When did I live in Italy? Or when did I start to live in Italy? The beginning of my living in Italy was in 2018. If I say I have lived in Italy for 2 years, so here I give you all the time. I don't give you the beginning of the time, I give you all the time. So when I give you all the time, I have to use for. Remember, we can use since and for as conjunctions. So here, since is a preposition of time. It shows time, and I use a noun after a preposition, as you know. The same for is a preposition of time, and I use a noun after a preposition. But here, I use since as a conjunction. So I use two sentences and I join them together with since. And I can use since in the middle of a sentence or at the beginning of a sentence. How? Since you love people, God will love you. Since you love people, comma, God will love you. The second sentence, God will love you since you love people. So, in the first sentence, I use since at the beginning, I use a comma in the middle. In the second sentence, I don't use a comma, and I use since in the middle. And in the first sentence and in the second sentence, I use since to join two simple sentences. For you love people, God will love you. This is wrong. So I cannot use for at the beginning of a sentence as a conjunction. I cannot use for as a conjunction at the beginning of a sentence. God will love you, for you love people. It is okay here. It means, so I use for as a conjunction in the middle of a sentence, and for means because. So in this sentence, for, the word for in blue means because. But we don't use it a lot in English. We don't use for in the middle of a sentence a lot, but it is correct English. During can show part of the time or all the time. So if I say, Anne improved her English during her study at UK colleges, what is the meaning? It means from the beginning of her study to the end of her study. From the beginning of the study to the end of the study, Anne improved her English. Emma was in pain, so she woke up many times during the night. This means at some time between the beginning and the end. So Emma didn't wake up all night, but she sleeps, she wakes up, she sleeps, she wakes up, she sleeps, she wakes up. So it's not all the time, it's part of the time. So in this sentence, during shows all the time, from the beginning of the study until the end of the study. But here, in this sentence, during shows part of the time, because as I said, she sleeps, she wakes up, she sleeps, she wakes up. Another sentence, ago, is used with the past simple only. So if you look at this sentence, Boris studied Turkish 2 years ago. So what is the meaning of ago? It means in the past. And remember to use ago with the past simple tense. We can use before and after as prepositions of time and as conjunctions. How do you know? If you use a noun after before, it means before is a preposition. But if you use a sentence before, and the sentence after before, it means it is a conjunction. Shall we look at the examples? I will see you before 6 p.m. Or I can say I will see you after 6 p.m. So before 6 p.m. or after 6 p.m. So 6 is a noun. This means I use a noun after before, or I can use a noun after. So here before is a preposition. Why? I use a noun after it. After is a preposition. Why? Because I use a noun after it. But in this sentence, before is a conjunction. I use a sentence before it and a sentence after it. I will see you before I go on holiday. Or you can say, I will see you after I go on holiday. So I use a sentence before and a sentence after before. So I can say I will see you before I go on holiday, or I will see you after I go on holiday. So we can use before and after as conjunctions to join two simple sentences. Of course, here I put a slash, means or. I will see you before I go on holiday, or I will see you after I go on holiday. You can use before as a conjunction, or you can use after as a conjunction. And again, if you go to google.com, you type interactive exercises on prepositions of place, Google will give you a lot of examples about how to use prepositions of place, or if you want prepositions of time, because you need really to do a lot of practice on prepositions. And this is the end of the video. Thank you for watching, and all the best.